Hi, my name is Alicia Halton, and this is my creative use case presentation for Info 281, Emergent Technologies and Impacts on the Information Experience. I chose to approach this creative use case from the user perspective. I chose this approach because I feel that in creating a tool for library patrons, I had to place myself in their mindset and really think about their needs and what they might want in an information environment. This presentation will cover several points with regards to the user perspective of my creative use case. I'll discuss my audience, their needs, the technology that will help them, my strategy, vision, and impact, the mantra that will be guiding my creativity and innovation, a demonstration of the chatbot, and lastly, some hypothetical user feedback. The audience for my creative use case will be adult and teen patrons at the public library. The reason I chose adults and teens is because they are already familiar with the technology that I will be using in this creative use case. So what are my audience needs? Patrons come to the library to find books and other materials of interest to them. This creative use case will focus on the audience needs of finding a work of fiction in the library. Reader's advisory is a term that refers to when librarians help patrons find a book by offering suggestions or by helping patrons find books similar to their favorite authors, titles, or genres. There can be several times when a patron either cannot or chooses not to be part of a reader's advisory with a librarian in person. These instances are when the librarian is unavailable or with another patron, when the patron's not physically in the library, maybe they're at home or elsewhere, or lastly, when the patron does not wish to engage in reader's advisory in person for various reasons. For example, perhaps the subject matter of the book is something that they don't want to share publicly. The technology that will help my audience is chatbots. A chatbot is an instant messaging program meant to simulate conversations with human users. And the chatbots are predominantly accessed on mobile phones. And additionally, some patrons would prefer to use the chatbot technology to find books rather than searching the catalog on the library's computers. As I began thinking about technology and how to help people in an information environment, I was drawn to different applications of chatbots. I was drawn to this technology because I felt that instant messaging is something that a lot of patrons are familiar with, and helping them understand this technology would be relatively uncomplicated since many of them already use it in their daily lives. Once I stepped into the patron's shoes, I really thought about what I want to do with this chatbot, how it will serve them, how it will help them. Taking these new ideas and thinking about how will they be implemented pushed me forward through this project. I also spent some time reflecting on how I can improve the chatbot's response text, making the wording clearer, uncomplicated. I tried to avoid complex terminology and keep wording simple and straightforward. I went through several edits until I came up with my final chatbot program. And a working title for this chatbot would be Help Me Find It. However, this title could be open to improvements. So strategy, vision, and expected impact. My strategy for this chatbot, I want it to serve as an automated reader's advisory for adult and teen library patrons. Both adult and teen patrons make up a large portion of the library community, and this technology will help them feel like they have more control over the information search process. Taking something that they already are familiar with and creating a tool that allows them to locate library materials quickly and efficiently based on several responses will make finding a book a much more streamlined process. It's my vision that this automated delivery of book recommendations will help adults in their search for fiction by genre or category within the library. This patron would be someone who is not looking for a specific title, rather someone who knows what type of book they enjoy reading, whether it's mystery, science fiction, fantasy, etc., but they need title recommendations. And the impact of the chatbot would be to provide the patron with a list of titles in the library that match their genre preference, saving the patron time that they would normally have spent searching on the catalog or waiting for a librarian to become available. For those patrons who are more discreet, this provides them a way to search for books without the necessary interaction with another person. This technology has the potential to put books into the hands of patrons due to its ease of use, as many adults and teens use instant messaging daily, as I mentioned before. In addition to the in-person librarian and the librarian catalog, this having yet another tool at their disposal brings patrons another step closer to a successful information retrieval experience. And the mantra I chose, which guides my thinking, my design thinking on this project, is, "The power is in my hands." The ability to initiate and complete an information search can begin in the palm of our hands. A user needs can be met with just a few messages revealing, undiscovered materials within the library that they might not have known before. So that's been guiding my thinking through this project. So I'd like to play a video of this chatbot at work. This demo was made on a website called Bot Society, which allows users to create chatbot design simulations and save them. I'll now play a simulation of my Help Me Find It library chatbot. This simulation is for an adult patron. The following two quotes are fictional, however, they allow us to view the potential of this technology. So, the first one is a potential quote from an adult patron. I love reading books by Diana Gabaldon. However, I wanted to read more historical fiction, but I don't know any historical fiction authors besides Gabaldon. So I used the Help Me Find It chatbot, and it gave me a list of books by other historical fiction authors. What a great resource. After trying out a few of the book recommendations, I am now starting to read historical fiction about the Middle Ages by author Sharon K. Penman. Next quote is from a teen patron. I came into the library knowing that I needed to read fiction for a school assignment, but I didn't know where to start. My assignment was to read young adult fiction work in the realistic fiction category. So I used the Help Me Find It chatbot, and based on my responses, the chatbot helped me find a book for my assignment, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I was able to find this book much faster than if I were to search the catalog or talk to a librarian. So those are two potential quotes that could be I just stepped into the user's perspective again, and that's how I formulated the quotes based on what I feel the patron would say. Thank you for listening to my creative use case. As with all creative ideas and projects, the library chatbot idea called Help Me Find It could go through many recalibrations and improvements. However, it has the potential to help countless patrons find and locate the materials within their community library, all in the palm of their hand.